If Elon Musk offered you thousands of dollars to join his new platform, would you do it? Well, what about this?
Today is a historic day as I am announcing my new major project focusing on digital currency. And so in honor of the launch, we are prepared to offer financial support of $10,000 to all those who will be taking part. To do this, we must find the MeltorX.com website and sign up on it. Next, we enter my special word, shown by the video. After, we'll have $10,000 on our balance that we can cash out. Don't miss the opportunity to change your life.
Are you excited about that? Well, what if I told you that that is not Elon Musk? This is in fact a video that uses AI to deepfake Elon Musk's face and voice, and it's not the only one out there. Similar videos can be seen of fake interviews with big YouTubers like Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast once again shocking everyone with his charity work.
And I've solved this problem by announcing my new project where anyone can get over the $19,000 from me and solve financial problems. To do this, you need to go to my website, Xanalex.
This is just one of the many types of scams that are being used with AI, and in this video, we're gonna cover 3 of the biggest ones, starting with the celebrity deepfake scam. Now, you might be able to see through these scams, but not everyone can. Anecdotally, someone in our group's family member has already been scammed by this celebrity deepfake scam. But if we look at the statistics from the FTC, in the first quarter of 2024, there were 175,000 reports of fraudulent scam, with over $645 million in losses reported from these types of imposter scams. Compare this to the first quarter of 2019, where there were only 150,000 reports of these imposter scams, and that only amounted to 188 million in reported losses. It's very clear that these recent advancements in technology have allowed AI to be accessible to everyone, including scammers, and it's making these imposter scams way more effective against the average person. It's so accessible to the point where even people who don't know that much about technology are able to create these sort of scams with AI. So to prove it to you, let's take a look at just how easy it is to do from someone who's not the most advanced person with technology. So if you wanted to create one of these deepfake scams, the first thing you have to do is create the audio. For a celebrity, you can just upload any audio file that the celebrity has, which I can easily just drag from YouTube. You can use a software like ElevenLabs, which legit cost me $5, and it can be used to train the voice based on the audio file that you uploaded. Once you upload the file and train the voice, you can literally type in anything you want and it will say that in the voice that you upload. Now all you have to do is make the video. All you have to do is find an actual clip of the celebrity talking and then lip sync their voice with something like GUI AI. Now put it together and you have a video just like this one. But now that we know how to voice clone, this brings us to scam number 2, the voice scam. The voice scam is when a scammer uses the audio of a person's voice to train a model that can replicate their idiolect and use it to impersonate that person. What's even scarier, according to the FTC, all they need is a 3-second clip of someone's voice to be able to clone that voice. Then they can use that and call one of your family members with your idiolect or with your voice and trick them into giving you money. For some anecdotal evidence here, my grandma has told me that this scam happened to her, but luckily she didn't fall for it. But for some hard stats on this, the top contact method of impersonation scams in the first quarter of 2024 was through phone calls, according to the FTC.
And just to show you how easy this is to do, this is not my voice. It's actually just an AI voice, which I've trained on the past minute of me talking. But it sounds like me, right? Well, I'm not even good with technology, but I was able to do this easily with ElevenLabs. And that's just one example of why AI being available to all can be so dangerous, especially when it comes to voice scams.
So yeah, it's literally that easy. Even on this video, I've now uploaded me publicly speaking on the internet. A scammer could use any portion of that and create a voice clone of my voice easily, just like I showed you there. But now moving on to the third type of scam, which is exploding government buildings like the Pentagon. Just kidding, this isn't real. This is actually an AI-generated image. Now, this is a problem for so many reasons. The spreading of disinformation, the general chaos and confusion it caused. I mean, it literally caused politicians to be unsure of whether or not they needed to come into work that morning because they thought it was a real explosion. But one specific problem that it caused is this. A precipitous drop in the stock market followed by a recovery after people realized that this was a fake image. At first, it spread around Twitter and the rest of the internet and everyone thought it was real, which caused this initial drop, but once people realized, the stock market was able to recover. But this is enough time for a scammer to manipulate the market. Simply make an AI-generated image, post it and start spreading it around Twitter, short the stock market right before you do all that, and then once it drops, sell. And the Pentagon being hit isn't the only one of these fake images. Here's an example of the Eiffel Tower burning down. Once again, a scam like this can be done easily and even for free. Text-to-image generation tools like DALL-E or Midjourney, or even using the generative fill feature with Photoshop, can be used to create images like this. And even though these tools do have safeguards around creating stuff that's misinformative, users have found creative ways to jailbreak them and get the result that they want anyways.
So, what do we do?
Okay, so we've seen 3 different common scams with AI, but that leaves us with one question. What can we actually do about it? Well, on an individual level, the FTC tells us to look out for a couple things, especially regarding voice scam. First, if someone is asking you for money, always be skeptical. Scammers will often claim to be in trouble and pretend they're someone they're not, and then ask you for money to get out of that scenario. If you have any family members that post their voice online publicly, it's a very good idea to come up with a safe word with them. A word that only you and your actual relative knows. That way, if you get called and you're unsure of whether it's a scammer or not, you can just ask them to say the safe word, and if they don't know what it is, then it's definitely the scammer. But what about on a broader societal level? How can the government get involved? How can companies get involved? And how can we fix this as a society? Well, this is a much more complicated problem because it's not easy to detect AI-generated content. For example, Facebook sponsored a contest where people had to come up with the best algorithm to detect deepfakes, and the one that was the best and won the competition could only correctly detect it 65% of the time. Other ideas include a watermark or some tag in the metadata of all files created by AI. And while this might make it harder for scammers, it's likely that smart ones will probably be able to get around something like this. One last idea is requiring AI-generated content to be linked to the blockchain. However, that's much more complex, so more about that in the essay. But overall, those are 3 of the craziest scams that are going on with AI right now. Video deepfakes, voice cloning, and fake AI-generated images. So beware of all 3 of those, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.